Video test. Let's see here. I want to see if... No, it doesn't allow me to. I wanted to flip the orientation of my video around. Evidently, it doesn't allow me to do that. So, I am going to take you for a trip with me. A trip with me around the shop. You see. What do we got over here? Got a big pile of junk on my table right now. I can take you for a quick trip around the table here. What you see, we have some little Y files on the old iPad out here. Why? I normally would be watching it on the computer on the other side of the room, but I'm going to move the computer to a new spot. So anyway, my table's full of junk. I'm just going to come back here and go across the table, and this is a preview of what's to come after I get done cleaning my shop and reordering a few things, making it a little more cozy up here. I have last year's pile of speeder bikes, and I'm not going to show you every one, but to give you a quick trailer, zoom, 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 and Fennec Shan, even though she doesn't have any safety goggles on, probably got eyeballs full of sand or dust or whatever, but however, she looks pretty badass riding that little bicycle there. Well, swoop bike. So this thing needs some primer and some then some overlay paint for some detail work. But, you know, we're well on our way to having a good working concept there. I would say there's just a tidbit left of greebling left to do, like someplace for the feet to rest, like pedals or something sticking out. And anyway, you get the idea. It's a swoop bike, if you know what I'm talking about there. It's a chopper. Sort of a chopper kind of a thing. A swoop bike is the anti-gravity motorcycle chopper of the Star Wars world. And I'm going to bring you one more that's got a rider on it. Here's another chopper. Why, by golly, that's a copper on a chopper. Isn't that pretty cool? Anyway, that's kind of the sort of stuff that I build out here in my crazy shop. If you have ever seen an inhaler, look closely and you'll see that there's one there. All right, okay, I'm gonna do one more quick swoop by with the inhaler and Greeley. Here's a couple more swoop bikes. Well, speeder bikes. A 2-seater and one that's been primered and ready for some crazy paint and detail. But as you can see, they're pretty wicked. Okay, I don't want to do much more on that. I am going to do a video that's going to be about an hour long that's going to cover all these things, where I have a couple of figures out here on the table, and I'm going to find a rider for each bike and get a list of all the things that I need to finish on each bike during the process of doing that next video that I do on that. But that's just one thing. Next thing up, I'm only going to get one of these guys. The only one in the retro Obi-Wan series that I had not found so far was Mr. Vader with the cloth cape and the real saber sword, not the sliding one like the old 80s ones. And I got a couple of Death Troopers and 3 of the new Epic Heroes Stormtroopers 5 POA. Oh, yeah, 5 POA. Anyway, enough on that. That's going to be opening some stuff pretty soon, and I still got some various helicopter things still. I'm still converting to a spaceship and all kinds of stuff. Great big old A-Wing shuttle, and then an actual A-Wing that I don't think I'm doing anything but maybe a little bit of weathering, maybe look at it a little bit dirtier, and maybe add some LEDs or something in there to have some illumination. But anyway, oh yeah, the Rush comic book, the unauthorized biography in comic book form. All this silly stuff on my table, including a Stormtrooper blaster that will be talked about on all the process of how to actually make this prop and the things you need to be aware of if you're going to make this how you never let it leave the house because it could be mistaken for a real thing. But anyway, let's not talk about that right now. I'm going to take you for a trip around the room. This direction, as you can see behind me, is quite a bit of pileage going on back this direction. And yeah, all the junk is making its way back in these tables here. And my couch is completely covered in junk. I just sort of made a quick trip. Alrighty. And here we go. Yeah, so if you look carefully, you can see that there is a couch back there somewhere. It's full of stuff right now I gotta sort through. Alrighty, we're making our way around here. And now, there's my computer corner. Now, I'm not going to do much over here because, let's see, in the corner over there, I have a laptop that has a screen attached to it. They're right there. And it just is a file server. And then my vinyl cutter, which is back under that keyboard, is run by this other computer that's right here. It's stored way down in the corner over there. And that's my plotter. That's what I use to run my vinyl cutter. And then my entertainment center and mixing and studio stuff where I would mix music from was right there. Okay, get it right there. Here. There. Right there. Right there. With the JBLs and the KRKs for mixing and then, you know, a bunch of... Hey, there's an actual mixer. And all my vinyl under the bench, of course. So what I'm doing is why there's such a mess is I have decided to clean out this area over here in this corner, closer to the heater and closer to the entryway to go out. So anyway, as you can see, there's a little cat box and a cat tower back there. But once I get out of the way, you can see there's a little hutch down there, and there's already some power running along the wall. And there's a lamp and stuff in the corner already over there. And I've just got to move a couple ugly things up out of the way. And then I'll be able to move all my design computer stuff over into this corner over here. And that will be, well, that is 2 nights journey for me. In the meantime, I'll take you for a full circle trip around the room. And, oh, and I'm tripping over tools. That really fucking hurt. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Hey, I'm going to slide by with this thing really quick. Just because I want to tease you. I am going to talk all about this and do some more building on it in the nearby future here. On this side, as you can see right now, I'm building a port on the side to mimic a, I guess, a docking port. All right. Coming on this side, I hope I don't drop anything and break anything. This side, I have my hatchway, and I'm working on building a lever system so that my hatch can come down off of there and make a landing thing for the people to get in and out with. And then, of course, I'm going to be having an embossed cockpit up here, which will make this taller, higher head height, and that'll come back with some piping up into an even taller area back in this area. So I marked out to make sure I have some droidage in there. I want some sort of a dish here, and then some sort of a rear cannon system back here. So, but yeah, I want to be able to put about like 8 figures in there and have them be visible for the diorama purposes. But yeah, that's my A-Wing shuttle that I'm building. And yeah, once again, the old Stormtrooper rifle, that my modified version of it. And believe it or not, this is actually just a lamp pipe a regular old 22 rifle sight. Creative cutting with some Dremel. I made this little loopy thing. That's a grip that I got at a gun show. And that's just a square piece of metal. Some plumbing, some interior plumbing, some Dremel cutting, and some just fantastic, crazy, creative cutting. And it's extremely heavy. And if you were to pick it up, you would really believe that it was the real deal. It's a very scary piece of hardware. It is a very frightening, cumbersomely realistic prop replica, not to be taken lightly or toted around in public. It's not a toy. What else can I talk about before I shut things down? Oh, no, not much really. I really need to do is buckle down and clean my studio, and pretty soon we'll throw some bass guitar through this little amp and talk about some more basses. I think I've got close to somewhere between 20 and 30 bass guitars, mostly 5 strings. So that gives me that many videos to go over each and every one of those basses at some point this summer. And I might make it a challenge to do one of those bass guitars a week. If I can somehow do a video every night and upload every night, that would be awesome. That sounds like a challenge, Tom. Ooh, maybe that's my summer challenge. In the meantime, I got to get my shit together and clean this shop and make it more ergonomic so I can get more work done. I've got to be able to start my seeds for the garden out here. I have to be able to design, cut vinyl, and tape signs out and assemble them on this table. And then I also need to be able to finish a lot of these projects and at least finish greebling them and get them at least ready to paint and eventually finish. And then, yeah, I want to be able to... So I think one of my goals is going to be to try to set up at least one secondary workstation that can be a model shop / guitar shop bench / table surface. And I'm not quite sure how I'm going to accomplish that, but I know I do need... it's necessary. I need to keep this big table open for big projects that are done and over with, so when I'm finished with the project, it's not occupying the table. This needs to be an open surface table. It can't be a catch-all suck. If you have any kind of shop space and do anything, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I just watched Adam Savage's video about him reorganizing his whole shop, so I'm using that inspiration to push mine a little further ahead and see how much more crap I can cram up in here and get creative with. So all right, that's enough for now. See you next time when we're doing something productive.